Reacting to the 2025 timeline. Oh my god.
Sorry, I
this is an hour long.
2025.
I gotta do no pause. That's
this
impossible.
Year for me, out of all the 2020s, has felt as close to 2020 as can be. As in a world event happening every month with a mix of dumb brain rot memes to distract us from it. You know
dead
how this
ass.
goes. I thought
What the fuck?
Event happening every month with a mix of dumb brain rot.
I thought that nigga had a game theory shirt on.
I thought
I'm
I would
like,
do a
what?
timeline on everything that happened this year that we actually cared about. Because a lot of these
we might have to times two this.
Every year are trash or boring to me. We cover in the juicy politics, pop culture, memes, social media, entertainment like always. So without further ado, let's go over
let's
2025.
zoom this in some.
January 2025. We start off the year with it officially being the first year Gen Beta babies are being born. And their generation will go from January 1st, 2025 to December 31st.
Gen Beta.
Which means this generation is the main generation Gen Z's kids are going to come from.
Yeah, these kids are totally gonna be
It will be the first generation being mainly raised by kids who grew up with the internet. So to my fellow Gen Zers, can we agree on at least 3 rules? Number 1, no iPads no matter what. Number 2, no parenting, but no super harsh abusive boomer type of parenting. And number 3, no politics to the kid and let them just be kids. If I see one of y'all post some like this with your kids, I'm blocking.
Man, you know niggas is not following the rules. These kids finna be transitioning genders out the womb, boy.
Anybody knows something? People act like they finally got Trump, even though there's still no actual evidence. Just the same, nothing but extra seasoning.
Funny thing is, in the future, I know for a fact I'll see.
Like, a lot of niggas is not respecting no kid talking about politics.
Mr. Beast officially gets engaged to his girlfriend in Mr. Beast merch. Come on, Jimmy. We couldn't at least do the marriage without promoting Feastables. Apple agrees to pay $95 million to settle a Siri privacy lawsuit. And as long as you own a Siri-enabled device from 2014 to 2024, you can get a whopping $20 per device. Also, something to note is that $95 million is about 9 hours of profit for them, so I guess we take our wins where we can. Give me my 20. The Breaking Bad house gets listed as the owner officially ready to sell it. She definitely
niggas that got iPhones get $25 free dollars.
Every day she's crashing out at somebody pulling up to her house, and it's going for a wonderful, cheap and affordable. All the YouTubers and TikTokers trying to film it. My 20. The Breaking Bad house gets listed as the owner is officially ready to sell it. She definitely got mad at all the YouTubers and TikTokers trying to film it. Every day she was crashing out at somebody pulling up to her house, and it's going for a wonderful, cheap and affordable $4 million, which is 10 times.
God damn. You know somebody gonna buy that dumb shit. Just because it's Breaking Bad. What the fuck?
Mainly due to being highly unpopular in the country. But in the end, he backed Katy Perry, so who's really winning? California gets devastated by a round of wildfires, which burned about 57,000 acres or 90.
Wait, what did he say?
Perry, so who's really winning? California gets devastated by.
Hold on, let's just. Alright, I'm too slow for Yeah, I gotta put this back to normal. I can't understand what he's saying.
Wildfires, which burned about 57,000 acres or 90 square miles of land. And for some reason, they were just unprepared for it completely. Like, they ran out of water so fast. How the f are y'all the highest tax state and don't have prepared? If my house got burned down, I would have took my bags and immediately left to another state to never come back. Tom Holland and Zendaya get officially engaged. Trump gets sentenced to 0
shit. I ain't gonna lie, she been hoeing him. I'm not
time over his 34 felony convictions. Sometimes you gotta give respect on how the
34 felony convictions?
It would have been so funny.
What the fuck? And he's our president. Like, is that not insane?
That 2024 was officially the hottest year on record, surpassing 2023, which is said every year. Do we even need a statement on this anymore? Bonnie Blue breaks the record for the most men slept with in 12 hours, being 1,057.
Yo, imagine being part of this 1,000, nigga. You got that, boy. That's the most embarrassing number to be a part of, bro. Like, that's on par with like Jalen Rose getting 81 dropped on this dome. Like, you do not want to be a part of this 1,000. Dead ass, bro.
16 staff for it, and only took in the 12 hours 6 minutes of breaks. Yeah, I believe this as much as I believe Epstein ended himself in that cell. Bonnie Blue probably turned a lot of non-religious people religious this year because the amount of depravity was wild. Sadly, the way the world works, there will be someone who comes along eventually that is worse than her. Red 40, aka some would say the miracle powder sent from above, officially gets banned in America, and companies have until 2027 to change it. Almost every country has had
that's crazy. No more red drinks.
Decades by now, by the way, but a win is a win. South Korean President Yoon Suk
we didn't have. I think we got to be the last country to ban red 40.
For trying to start an insurrection when he randomly imposed martial law in the country. See, I'm American, so I didn't know you can actually go to jail for things like this. Is that how things are usually supposed to work? The earliest evidence of a human transportation vehicle gets found in New Mexico. It's assumed to be about 22,000 years old, and this is the potential sketch scientists have come up with. Nah, it was actually this, but can you imagine?
What the fuck, yo? Damn, hella random shit happening this year. This shit is definitely unimportant side mission shit. Yeah, I remember this shut down for like 3 days.
Unemployed were scrambling at what they were gonna do with their time. Gooners raided the White House in rage of their goons going away. And worst of all, you can no longer watch Tommy and FG's TikToks when he uploads on there once a month. Only for 12 hours later, it to be unbanned and everything to go back to normal. This ban was the equivalent of the Weenie Hut Jr.'s ride in SpongeBob. And of course, had to pop up with a message thanking the savior of TikTok, the one and only Donald Trump. Even though he wanted it banned a couple of years ago, I guess the boomer got intel that he's got his own glazers on there too. And speaking even more of Trump, he officially gets sworn into
yo, he be glazing himself. I'm not gonna cut.
Making him the 47th.
Like, this nigga, he just doing red. Donald Trump goal is like just to stamp his name on everything.
Just kidding. It's the year 2036
He's not even doing
and
good
Trump's
shit.
officially serving his 5th term as president. Winning in a 99% landslide with no tampering proven by a team of people he chose to pick. That's a joke, by the way, guys. Hopefully. Also, the inauguration went pretty normal, I would say. Typical presidential things with leaders from both political parties present. Nothing off at all, and we can move on from this because it was totally normal.
Yo, what the fuck?
The Gulf of Mexico.
Yo, he's wildin'. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Which for some reason was the top of priority first day. Netflix raises all of its subscription prices as they do every year.
Niggas was hot as a bitch when they did this.
With the
I don't know.
standard price
They do that bitch every year.
$15 to $18 a month, and the premium price going
That
from
shit not
$23
gonna stop. And then they might get Cartoon Network. If they get Cartoon Network, that bitch is skyrocketing. That's Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. Nigga, that's The Simpsons, Family Guy. Bitch, that shit is skyrocketing.
Luckily for me, my costs have gone from $0 a month to $0 a month. I mean, I watch everything in as legal of an avenue I can, but just know I can't give you the sites I watch on. Kanye West officially becomes a billionaire again. And not only 1 billion, but 2.7 billion. Some things are guaranteed in life. Oxygen, taxes, and Kanye becomes a billionaire again, no matter how much he digs himself in a hole. New York, for the first time in 30 years, has
how do you become a billionaire
for 5 days in a row. Sad that we
damn, okay, that's
things like this, but this
that is kind of trash to celebrate.
Nvidia loses
that's you could celebrate that around the country. That's really crazy.
$89 billion stock value in a day, making it the largest stock loss in a day in U.S. history. This was due to DeepSeek, a Chinese competitor making a similar AI to the rest for not even close to how much U.S. companies spend. That AI bubble was hitting a real clock, and one way or another, it's
AI because somebody made a cheap AI. We lost $500 billion. AI is affected too much shit. AI gotta get destroyed, bro.
Selling 490,000 copies first week and becoming one of the highest sold albums of the year. The memes of this month were things like Elon Musk salute, the Goonicide. I've played
the Goonicide. Now I remember that shit. Like I don't know that shit.
These games
didn't that shit come out last year and still popular?
Dog Closing Eyes.
Dog Closing Eyes. Yeah, that's a Hall of Fame name from this year.
February 2020.
I'm not gonna lie.
Trump releases the start of the U.S. trade war, hitting Canada with a 25% tariff and a 10% tariff on energy imports, hitting Mexico with a 25% tariff on all their imports, and China with a 10% tariff on top of what was already on it. Throughout this whole year, the whole tariff thing can be best described as a toxic relationship where one person runs back every time. With Trump, it's basically do now, then figure out when actually gets up, pull out, or getting some type of gift or crown from a country, then dropping the tariff immediately on the country. I can't even put in this video what country and what day they may have been tariffed because it'll be too much. Luka Doncic, who is one of the top
Luka got traded, yo.
Players right now, gets randomly traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Lakers. I'm not even a big
LeBron. You are my sunshine.
Fan like this, but the way this shook up social media for the day was crazy. And it was even worse considering they traded for a player that's considered utterly washed now. Like for y'all that don't get it, LeBron James and one of the top young NBA players are now on the same team. It's basically like having Kakashi and Naruto tag team on a fight. People were making up allegations saying it had to be some form of witchcraft for someone to pass this deal. Luka himself didn't even know it was gonna happen. You could see people stop everything in their tracks just to react to this.
What the fuck? These are Indians too. That's how you know that basketball has just touched so many cultures, bro. Yo, that's insane.
Because why would
they
you
really traded him?
He's 25 years old.
Why would you trade him though? That's why the dumbest nigga got fired so fast. He's an idiot.
He is a spring chicken in his prime.
This has to be like the FBI, right? No.
Like,
This has to be like the
what?
Federal Bureau of
For
Intelligence.
AD and
To this
low
day-
kids, they got a good team over there, but it's still insane. Like, I mean, they got Cooper Flag in return, so I don't know, like, but that's just banking on. That's just banking on improbability. So they just got, they luckily got something out of it.
And that's saying a lot if you know his history.
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
What? Yo, like what? You see, you know how niggas be corny. They trying to, like niggas gonna agree with them. Nobody agrees.
Yes,
With
that
you.
sounds like a choice.
Nobody's agreeing with you, nigga.
On the night of February 6,
Nigga said,
2025,
fuck no.
9:03 p.m., Kanye decided to start off with the words free Puff. Throughout the next week of him tweeting, he decided to make a tweet worse than the last. Tweeting, I love now what Virgil. Virgil, by the way, was one of his best friends in the industry before he died of cancer. So he's making fun of his friend who died of cancer. And to end it off, he tweeted to everybody that this was supposed to be some sort of social experiment. Yeah, buddy, you ain't Mr. Beast,
Yeah,
alright?
nigga.
We could have came up with
I was about to say,
It
fuck
didn't even
no,
matter
nigga.
though, because right
You
after
just-
that he
you
tweeted,
just-
I don't like that I said social experiment. I tweeted everything I felt and I'm not fixed nothing. F everyone. He also somehow managed to air a Super Bowl ad while the Super Bowl was happening. Not everywhere, but in a couple places, which is still crazy because who the hell gave this clearance?
So what's up, guys? Hi, Spit.
We actually gotta speed this up.
So, once again, I had to shoot on iPhone.
As of now, Kanye's tweets are all deleted and we'll be waiting until the villain returns back as he usually does. The Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl in their second ever win. Overcoming the Taylor Swift rigging, it was really a win for all of humanity. Kendrick Lamar's halftime show became the most
Fuck
watched
the Eagles.
in history with 133 million viewers. Apple and Google bring back TikTok.
That's a cat stat. I'm not gonna cap you. Only why I say that's a cat. I actually don't even think that's true. True, I'm pretty sure it's still Michael Jackson.
Their app stores for
But
people
even
to
if it
find
wasn't,
to be
that's
able
still a
to
cat
download
stat
again after the
though.
ban.
Because
Which is funny because everyone that kept it downloaded was able to use it after the ban
Of the
got lifted.
internet.
But if you deleted the app, you had to still wait for the app stores to put it back up. Lazy for the win. I got apps on my phone for years I haven't used. Elon Musk has his 13th child with political commentator Ashley St. Clair. You probably could ask Elon to name all 13 of his children and he couldn't do it. The only time you're good to Elon is when he can flex you around as a prize when you're 3 and 4. Now he's beefing with her and I think he has beef with all of his baby mamas. With her alleging she had to sell her Tesla just to be able to take care of their child. There's who make 40K a year.
That's crazy.
People like Elon, by the way. The inventor of Nutella sadly passed
That's
away.
crazy.
Giving
That
all
nigga
of
rich as a
Americans
bitch.
diabetes with his invention. We truly do thank you for your service. Apple removes the
Damn,
safety
he
features from the UK
passed.
after their government required
Man,
it. The reason
what?
the UK government
Damn.
did it is to combat crime.
nigga- the nigga that probably made peanut butter passed away.
I'm sure people's data won't be tampered with and won't get hacked by a foreign entity to be abused. SpongeBob becomes the longest running animated children's show in history. It beat Arthur, which aired for 25 seasons until 2022. It would have been better if they ended the show like 10 years ago though. Frederick Merz wins
Yo,
Germany's elections. to become
SpongeBob
chancellor.
is going
Trump
crazy,
announces
bro.
the gold card.
What
visa
the
that
fuck,
wealthy
man?
foreigners and basically
Gather
anyone
around
who
the
cough up 5
campfire
million
and
get to
sing
get a
our
path to
campfire
citizenship.
song.
I got it for free. It sucks to suck for them. And you could just tell by the look of the card that Trump 100% designed it by himself. A Japanese professor comes up with a calculation that according to trends now, Japan will only have one child in 695 years, which means we'll no longer have Japanese food, we'll no longer have anime, and worst of all, no more maid cafes. Someone's got to stop this horror. It's only gonna get worse.
Why would Japan only
the plan
have
I would
one,
come up with there is everyone gets 2 years off.
Why would Japan only have one kid though? Like, what's the study
Some
behind
things
it?
still run, and you all gotta have a baby within these next 2 years to help the population survive. The memes of this month were things like
Why
Cave
wouldn't the
Dodger, Artists Who
population
Can't
survive? I don't
versus
understand.
Kensing, Gulf of
Hell, niggas
America,
being
and
in
Aura
Japan.
Farming. March 2025. John Cena turns heel in Who Can't versus Kensing, Gulf of America, and Aura Farming. March 2025.
Aura Farming.
John Cena turns heel in the WWE for the first time, meaning
That
his
is-
character
that
goes
was
from
insane,
hero
bro.
to villain. This was big considering he's been known as John Cena, the guy who takes pics with Make-A-Wish kids all the time. So with him now, instead, we'll see him give those kids RKOs. Trump gives the longest State of the Union speech in United States.
That shit was
1
insane,
hour
bro.
and 40 minutes. This is how I know my ass could not be in government because I'd probably be dead sleeping after 30 minutes of listening to that. Scientists created
I'm
hydrogel
dead ass
that
would be
can heal
sleeping
cuts
like
in
5 minutes.
90%
That
in
nigga
4
be
hours
saying
and be fully
a
done
whole bunch of nothing in
24
leagues.
hours. We really gotta be
Dead
dead
ass,
the times
bro.
we were born in because by the time most of us are old, we're gonna have diseases and things resolved that we wouldn't even have thought was possible 50 years ago. Could you imagine being born a bit early and telling a doctor in the 1500s you had a headache and they drilled a hole in your skull to relieve the pain, then gave you meth mixed with coke as a painkiller, a lot of people would still voluntarily go back with those. We don't know when this is gonna come out because it's still in its testing phase. Just know that all the scientists are gonna randomly die the night before releasing it due to mysterious.
Hey, what was it? What was it trying to
We
do?
really got this create a hydro ass could not be in government because I'd probably be dead sleeping
I
after
wasn't
30
paying
minutes of listening to that. Scientists create a hydrogel that can heal cuts 90%
Hydrogel
in 4 hours
that
and be
can
fully done in
heal
24 hours. We really
cuts
got to be
in
thankful for the
24
times we were
hours?
born in because by the time most of us are old, we're gonna have diseases and things resolved
That's
that we wouldn't even
insane.
have thought was possible 50 years ago. Could you imagine?
Next
being
thing you
born
know,
a
niggas
bit
gonna be able to
early and
heal
telling a
stab
doctor in
wounds
the
in
1500s you had a
5
headache and they drilled a
minutes.
hole in your
Dead
skull to
ass.
relieve the pain, then gave you meth mixed with coke
That
as a painkiller.
time
A lot of
jump
people
did
would
not
still
make
voluntarily
sense.
go back with those. We don't know when this is gonna come out because it's still in its testing phase. Just know that all the scientists are gonna randomly die the night before releasing it due to mysterious circumstances. Playboy Carti's album I Am Music
Yeah, I
officially
remember
dropped.
this shit.
The most anticipated rap album of the
2024.
year, and I would say the century.
2025.
For anyone that listened to
Use
it the
it.
morning it came out, you were all good and it went
See ya.
smoothly. For anyone that stayed up to listen at midnight,
This was the worst album drop experience in history.
I was streaming that night
Deadass.
to listen, and never in my life have I seen an artist delay his album on the release night 4 times. In the middle of the album drop, he was calling Kai Cenat and doing this.
Hey man, I love y'all niggas like motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love y'all like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown in here. Like, I ain't on no mystery shit. But like, I just like to be by myself. You know what I'm saying? I got too much sweat. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Nigga, that's what any nigga that's trying to be a mystery shit trying to say, nigga.
I can be out here.
You not slick, nigga.
What's the estimate? What they talking about, Cardi?
What about? They talking. Shit, I bet.
For 4 years of wait time,
Bitch, I know he was just rubbing the bottom of his phone, trying to make static,
the
nigga.
thriller of rap. A lot of people thought it
Ooh,
was
I
good,
don't
but they still
like
liked his
niggas
other
like
albums better. I mean, even Google has it at a 63%. It sold 298,000 first week, but Cardi said it's actually 320,000 because they didn't include physicals and digital sales. And he might be right because so far it's the most sold rap album this year. Gas prices hit a 4-year low in America. NASA astronauts who were stranded
Cause
in
this
space
bitch ass
for
only
9
posts
months
once every
officially made
7
it back to
years. He
Earth
doing a
after
cool
safe
attention
mission. They were
pack.
supposed to be
Nigga
in
not
space for
slick.
8 days, but due to technical issues, NASA had to keep delaying it, which somehow got delayed to 9 months. One of them could have had a kid and bring it back to Earth when you really think of it. NASA, y'all get
They
way
was
too
in
much
space
of
for
my tax money to be
9
fumbling this. Like,
months.
come on. And out of all companies, SpaceX was the one to send the capsule to bring them back. This might be the only W thing Elon has done this whole year. Finland gets ranked as the world's happiest country for the 8th year in a row. The World Happiness Report includes satisfaction, trust, social support, and freedom. Some other countries to note is the US being in 24th,
How the fuck did?
right next to the UK being in 23rd,
So U.S. is the most happy state.
Israel being in 8th. I guess it's easy when you don't care about the people right next to you getting 5 bombs dropped on them an hour. And the last country that barely made the top 25 is Belize, which is crazy considering Belize's population is around 420,000. The original Family Guy pilot
Damn,
finally gets
nigga.
back. And
What the
everyone
fuck? What the fuck, yo? Dead ass. Like if all of Eastern America went over there in the fall, we could take that bitch over.
probably looks different colors and
Ain't
Quagmire
that
looks
crazy?
like this. Would have been better if they kept him looking like a typical normal guy and not the freak we know now. NBA YoungBoy gets released from prison. Some say the day this happened, the Atlanta streets roared with thunder. YNs got ready to put on the tightest black jeans they could find on Shein. Nike Techs got blown off and dusted off, ready to serve at YoungBoy's will. So far, he's managed to not do anything arrestable in a year, which to me shows he's changed and
YoungBoy paints his nails.
Banned on Twitch after 2 years of being banned. Doesn't seem like he'll stream on there anytime soon, and if he's gonna keep acting like his kick self, he'll probably get banned forever if he does anything. Memes of this month were things like Italian brain rot, Ashton Hall morning routine,
Yo,
Jay-Z
Ashton
fans
Hall
Photoshop,
went crazy,
and the
I ain't gonna lie.
2025 meme drought. April 2025. U.S. freedom finally liberates the country again when Trump launches sweeping tariffs on every country. Doesn't matter if you're a country that's a friend, doesn't matter if you're a country that only has penguins on it and no humans. I'm actually not joking, that's a country that got tariffed. As long as you existed on this god green earth, you were what's on it and no humans. I'm actually not.
He put a tariff on an island that has no human inhabitants. What the fuck? He dead ass taxed animals.
I'm joking, that's a country that
You
got
can't
tariffed.
make
As long
this
as
shit
you
up.
existed on this god green earth, you were hit with a tariff. Countries were finally gonna pay their dues to the U.S. And ignore every leading expert who's been studying this for decades saying this would cause economic disaster and consumers are the only ones who actually pay it. The U.S. needs its revenge. Over 96 countries on this day were hit with a tariff, and different ones have different rates. In total now, the U.S. has a tariff on a total of 157 countries. Some overtime got removed, some overtime got increased. It really depends on his mood on a certain day. If you give him a crown, negative 1,000% tariff. But if you talk very meany, 1,000% plus increase. Eminem becomes a granddad after his daughter has a baby boy, which is amazing and congrats, but can someone just tell him to hang it up now? Minecraft movie releases. Even though it was pretty trash and people were hating on it from the start, memes might have been the thing that single-handedly saved this movie from flopping. People were dressing up as Minecraft characters to
that
watch
movie
it
was
in
popular as a
theaters.
bitch. I
People were
didn't even
blatantly
finish it.
destroying
I like it
theaters
though.
for a meme. Let's give a moment of silence for all the movie theater employees that had to experience that for a whole weekend.
Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey. That's because Minecraft is such a popular game. Like,
Drake passes the Beatles to become the artist with the most weeks charting on the Billboard 200, with his albums charting for 3,348 weeks so far. The Beatles are washed anyways. Their last album was in 1970. Meanwhile, Drake is dropping new bangers every year like Me Padre.
I want to meet your madre, pay my respects to your padre.
For the first time...
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but that shit got views. That shit got played like it was a hit though. That shit got played like it was a hit.
Awaken to a world of wonder.
Shit, if I'm an artist, I'm doing that same shit, bro. I'm making songs specifically for meme cultures and specifically for serious shit. Niggas can say what you want, but shit, that's how you get bagged. Meme songs. I want to meet your madre, pay my respects to your padre.
For the first time in U.S. history, women over 40 and older are now having more babies than teen moms, which I'm kind of concerned on.
That's good.
Concerned at the fact that women can
That's
now
not good.
having more babies than teen moms, which I'm kind of concerned on.
The fact that that was a stat, as if it that should have been the case.
Kids in their mid-20s and 30s anymore, and I'm also concerned at how the was the teen pregnancy rate that high? Man, dudes in
Right?
the 60s,
Like,
70s,
God
and 80s did not do
damn.
age checks. I know a lot of this shift is mainly due to more women having careers now and better fertility treatment, but no one can deny affordability. Like, I don't see myself having kids in my 20s or even early 30s. The Chinese yuan fell to the lowest rate it's been in 18 years, mainly due to the trade war it was having with the US, and they definitely were not prepared. Japan introduces a 4-day work week to over 160,000 government employees to improve work-life balance, and according to the stats I have here, 0 people took the days off. They sure do love working themselves to death. I'm obviously joking, but this was one of their biggest implementations of their 4-day work week policy so far. They say it's supposed to help with birth rates and get more young men out there and risen. With a country of dudes that be so freaked out, they by law require phones that have the shutter sound on to prevent creeps from taking upskirt pics. It might take more than that to fix this problem. While we're talking about Japan,
Oh, what's up,
researchers
Kiki,
there
man?
also broke the record for the highest.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Japan is really about to have no kids in 600 years. Like, is that crazy? They about to have one birth. They said in 695 years, they're gonna have one birth a year. Like, what? How is Japan about to fall off? Like, that don't even make sense. I never heard of that. Japan is about to fall off. What? Nigga, Japan's like the most popular country. Deadass, everybody wanna go to Japan. Everybody wanna do Japan.
Pope Francis sadly passed away on April 21st, 2025. He was known for being very humble and not even choosing to live in the palace, but a small Vatican guest house, spending his time advocating for peace and saying anyone is welcome to the church. He spent his last weeks talking to the people in the
one birth per year. Like, that's insane, bro. Japan is really about to fall off. Like, they gotta have a 4-day work week so niggas can get to fucking, like, what the fuck, bro? And it's crazy because hella niggas be over there though. Like, niggas from this country go over there. Niggas from every country go to Japan.
Virginia Jew Free, aka the main
don't have no kids.
Epstein for his sick crimes. Sadly,
but then females still can't walk out at nighttime without being unsafe, bro.
Which is kind of strange because I thought this thing was a hoax. She also tweeted in 2019 that in no
I'm
way
making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or
happens
form
to her to not let it go. And even her father states he didn't believe in the story. It is really sad she died without seeing any justice being done. Being the main victim of this disgusting freak too has got to be the worst outcome as a teenage girl. California becomes the 4th largest economy, surpassing Japan. With a $4.1 trillion GDP compared to Japan's 4.02. The debate of the decade, some would say of the century.
What is this?
If 100 men could beat
oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, they low key gotta do this, bro. Just have everybody sign waivers like, if you join this, we're not liable for you. And just let's just see, like, niggas. I know niggas gonna be like, you shouldn't be using a gorilla for that. Humans put their life on the line. A gorilla not gonna put their life on the line. But like, nigga, y'all be taking down gorillas any day. How about this? Y'all let this one gorilla slide, see what happens, And then I don't know, like but I want to see it.
Of how it could be done and what strategies could work. There was even a
I want to
set
see
up
it.
to potentially have it happen. I don't know if they actually met up, but if they did, we can see how it went. Other debates popped up too while we discussed this. You had classically 100 men versus paying child support, 100 women versus accountability. The United Arab Emirates becomes the first country to have AI write laws. They mainly focused on laws, judicial rulings, and public services to be done by computers. To them, they say it helps them be more precise, and to me, I won't have to worry about that because I'm never going. Canada elects Mark Carney as
So
Prime Minister.
AI is
China
basically
launches its first
their
commercial
country.
10G network for the public to use,
Yo,
which has
this shit
download
is
speeds
talking
from
kinda
9,000
fast, but
megabits
like-
per second and upload speeds up to 1,000
Damn!
megabits per second. The real question is,
When do we get to 10G?
I'm pretty sure I'm still on 5G. Did we skip over a couple
What
of
the
steps or am I
fuck?
that ahead? The US passes the Take It Down Act, which makes it
Nigga, my
illegal to-
shit is going at like, I was just downloading Arkham Asylum. That shit was like 10 megabytes per second. Niggas in the
in a sexual
9,000s.
manner, and platforms have to enforce the rules in 48 hours from a victim telling them, or the reign of the U.S. law will hit them. So yes, every once in a while, the government can actually get something right. It's always good to have something
That's cool.
universally passed that no one can disagree with. Memes of this month were things like chicken jockey, tongue Sahar, 100 men
Yo,
versus one
what
correct
is
one can
this?
disagree with. Memes of this month were things like chicken jockey, tongue Sahar.
Yo, whichever little kid created this, bro. Yo,
100 men versus one gorilla.
Please,
and Sigma line.
please, I'm not gonna lie, like, you gotta go.
25. GTA 6, the most anticipated
Seriously.
game in gaming.
GTA 6 coming out next year. Let's get it, bro. Next year in
2026. And at this point, they can
44 minutes.
I don't
GTA
even think this
6.
game exists, and it's just a government psyop to
The
keep
year
people
GTA
from
6
hating
is coming
themselves.
out,
Because the
bro.
last thing holding
Like I said, GTA 6 to me, it must be the end of the world. I've been saying that for years, bro. That shit gotta be the end of the world because what the fuck? Why, bro? You know you gotta understand something. We went through a whole pandemic before GTA 6 came out. You know, you see all the shit that's happened before GTA 6 come out. But if the Epstein files somehow find a way to actually come out fully without GTA 6, it is confirmed. Before GTA 6 is confirmed, GTA 6 is gonna be the end of the world. Niggas gonna enjoy GTA 6 for 1 week and then it's aliens for the nuke this bitch, bro. It gotta be the finale, bro. It's taking too long.
Without an
who's
asteroid
that?
Brazil and had 2.5 million people in the crowd. She also managed to do all
that's
this
a nigga
without an
thing.
asteroid incident. Still never forget this could have been this. So good for her and congrats on the record. TikTok gets fined $600 million by the Irish Data Protection Commission for transferring
Damn.
European user data to China. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men
I need
in
to
the
get
world,
like
and the man
that.
who
I can
owns the
just get
company whose
fined
stock is the most
like
expensive
$600
share price in the
million
world.
and
I'm
then
sorry, but
that shit don't even
$755,000, there's
stress
no
my
way a
pocket.
piece of this company's worth that shit. For that price, the stock better be able to rub my feet at night when I get the itch. Announces
what
he's
the fuck?
retiring at the start of next year at the age of 95. The crazy thing about this is the fact that he's lived till 95. He's known to eat purely fast food and have one of the worst diets ever. Just goes to show if you're rich, you can get away with anything, even not dying from natural causes. Skype, one of the most popular video chat services at a certain point, shuts down officially and is no longer operational.
Skype shut down?
The amount of generational talks that happen, the amount of
Yo, I didn't even know Skype shut down. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, all the shit from the previous generation is dying, bro.
You will be missed Skype and not be forgotten. Actually, Skype for a second, because the second GTA 6 trailer dropped. And to us, nothing else matters.
GTA.
Rockstar Games is like a butcher with unlimited meat and we're starving people who hasn't eaten for days.
I
And when they
can't wait,
finally
bro.
drop us a piece of meat,
Yo,
we can
what
have
is
it
these
second. The trailer
gifts?
introduced the boyfriend of Lucia called Jason Duval, which confirmed to everyone that the game is going to run on a Bonnie and Clyde type of dynamic. We also learned about some new characters, one called Cal Hampton, who everyone assumes is supposed to be our Lester. He's looking like the most Florida-looking Lester they could have picked. Raul Batista, who's supposed to be our guide to bank robberies. Brian Heater, who's a drug smuggler and will probably be where we do crimes like that. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly what everyone does, but they did.
Yo,
definitely
this
let us
game
know
might be
most of
crazy,
that
bro.
so
I'm
far.
not gonna lie to you, bro. The animations in this game, the animations in
Order
GTA 6,
from
bro.
Hungary, it makes me so happy because it's like
Like, boy, if y'all think Marvel Rivals, what Marvel Rivals is doing with their character design is crazy, bro. Yo, GTA 6 is gonna break their world with their
The
character
first
design.
pope from the United States and the first pope from Oblak. The fact that out of all the popes that could have been picked, we got a pope from Chicago is hilarious. But good luck to him and bless him on his journeys. China launches the first ever AI-powered hospital. For now, they have it as a training facility, but the plan is in the future to have one released to the
AI-powered
public. Don't let it gain a consciousness when it's doing surgery because that could end badly. Bill Gates announces that he's
Yo,
giving all
AI
his
is
money
taking
away
over, bro. We gotta
for
stop.
the next 20 years. With doing
Somebody
all
gotta
that
just
charity, and according to him, giving
shut down all
99%
AI.
of his $108 billion net worth
Permanent.
away, he'll end up with a pathetic, sad, and embarrassing $1 billion left. All of us should go out and buy 10 Windows subscriptions we never plan to use to make sure he's fine financially. On the real, this is a good thing, and a certain cracked out, weird face-shaped billionaire should follow suit too. Too bad no matter how much money Bill Gates gives, this picture still exists on the internet. Bill Gates could have gone down as one of the most goated billionaires.
You notice how some people be trying to do shit as soon as they got their picture with
gets arrested for the
what's his name Epstein. Niggas want to start acting extremely friendly to the public, man. Nigga, you not fixing your image, nigga.
He was released after a week of
only nigga that don't give a fuck.
So be careful.
Down Trump, bro. He hiding his shit. He ain't
showing his
shit.
camping trips through wild places.
And they found out that he been taking a lot. He took a lot more trips to them islands. Niggas saying, oh, that's worst critical. Niggas said the FBI found out Trump was a VIP on Epstein Airlines. What the fuck, bro? That shit was hilarious, bro. Nigga been taking a lot more plane rides than they initially thought. He's out of here.
He was running the most powerful country in the world while having cancer, so I gotta give respects for that. And I'm wishing him the best and hope he recovers.
Damn, Joe Biden got cancer?
Announces he's departing from his U.S. government role in his Doge organization. After months of the public seeing him high on ketamine in the Oval Office, crashing out at people any chance he could, the tyranny of Musk has come to an end. He states his leave was due.
Yo, I didn't even know he had this power.
But this also so happened to be a week before he started trashing the big beautiful bill and tweeting that Trump was in the Epstein files. Strange coincidence. They definitely don't align with each other. Trump pardons NBA YoungBoy. Am I reading that right? Oh, I am? This country is a simulation at this point. I think we all died.
What's this pardon? Doesn't that mean he like that crime don't count no more? Like he got him out. He got him off.
23 months in federal prison and was serving 60 months of probation. He also thanked him right after, which of course, duh. Y'all be getting on these rappers' asses for glazing Trump, but if all it takes is a couple of pics of me wearing a MAGA hat to commute my 5-year probation sentence and clear my criminal record, I would be on social media too.
I would dead ass. I promise you I would. I promise you I would. I'd be like, yeah, W Trump. I dead ass. I would be, boy. You really would call me a dick rider. That's all I got to do to get out of prison sentences, nigga.
She officially bought her own music catalog and now owns it all. Which is big considering she was recording her old albums and releasing them just so she had ownership over it. I do like artists being able to actually own what they put out, but at the same time, it is Taylor Swift, who is probably going to use those funds to fly her private jet to the nearest McDonald's because she can't drive 10 minutes down the street. I don't even got to make y'all haters for real. Her own fans do it enough.
What? You see how corny that is? You're not even gonna add audio to your shit. I gotta stop pausing,
Memes
bro.
of this month were things like 100 men.
Cause I'm only 6 minutes behind. I'm only 6 minutes ahead.
June
bro.
2025. Mr. Beast becomes
he didn't even talk about memes.
100 million subs. And to reward this potentially once-in-a-life reward, they gave him this monstrosity.
Wait,
Can't
Mr.
even use
Beast.
a different button other than the diamond? Come on, dog. Disposable vapes officially get banned in the UK to stop the youth from using it. Remember when I said earlier, right after Elon left the government, he started talking about it? Well, now is that point. The beef originally started when the big
I'm not gonna lie. Vapes gotta be less than
and one of the main things
2025.
Elon was mad
Please,
about is that it was gonna add 4.1 trillion to the U.S. national debt, which
These
defeated the
headphones
whole
are
purpose
louder
of
than
Doge
bitch,
and why he created it, even though it didn't really do anything. He tweeted out that the bill was a disgusting abomination, said the bill needs to be killed, and you know Trump's ego can't take talking about his policies, so he said Elon was crazy and was mad he was taking away his electric vehicle tax credits. Then at this point, Elon chose to crash out.
This is bad, bro. Two powerful rich niggas beefing, bro. Like, that's never a good thing. That always just leads
and then
to
said the big thing that had
bad shit. What the fuck? Two rich niggas beefing?
That's why it's not public. A confirmation of the thing we've been talking about for months. For him to drop this was crazy to people because people always thought he may be in it. But one of his closest allies said, why would he lie about it?
Nigga,
after all this,
both of these niggas in it. You can't believe, don't believe none of the richest niggas. They all in that bitch.
But he's still hanging out with him. I don't know about y'all, but if I find out one of my friends is a
why
predator,
didn't you go to
that's
that
not my friend
island?
anymore. He ended up deleting it.
Please
later,
do not go to that island.
But the damage was already done. Everyone
These
knew the breakup
niggas
was
outta
gonna
here.
happen.
Get 'em
Joked
outta
about
here.
it. The way it happened was not expected. LA protests erupted over ICE being there and how the arrests were being done. It happened over the span of a week, and just as any protest goes in
Yo,
LA,
them ICE
always
arrests was
has to burn
crazy,
down
bro.
for
They
some
had the
reason. Like, why does
Pokemon
LA
edit
never
and
have
all
any
that.
same protest going on? It always has to end up burning up in flames. Due to all the chaos, Trump sent the National Guard randomly, and of course it made things worse. It all calmed down eventually, just as these things always go. Rapper Silent Toe, known for the Whip It Nay Nay emote in Fortnite, was sentenced to 30 years in prison after pleading guilty to shooting his cousin and killing him in 2021. 16 billion passwords were leaked in the largest data breach in history. The hacker did it over time, and it only got revealed then how much.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, all this shit from the past generation is getting out of there one way or another, bro.
It was stolen from every popular website, including
Watching
Gmail,
Whip,
Facebook,
watching
Apple,
Nay-Nay?
PayPal, Netflix, anything.
Damn, all you had to do was, he could have whipped the Nay-Nay for his whole life, he would have been good.
Verification off, and every time
How this
comes
nigga
in,
serve
catch them
him
like a
life?
Pokemon and turn them into the police. Netanyahu, the president of the United States, Trump decided to launch a missile strike on what they call key Iranian nuclear facilities. This was to help aid Israel in their fight with Iran and put pressure on their officials. The Trump administration's response to people asking proof that they were making was, and I quote, "I don't have to show you nothing, shut up." Luckily, this didn't start a war, but tune in for next year. The Oklahoma City Thunder won the 2025
We
NBA
about to have a war next year,
championship, becoming
man.
the youngest team to win in 50 years. PewDiePie drops out of the
Niggas gotta calm down and understand how they
I can feel
decisions
my
can
gray
affect
hairs
us,
already
though. I'm not gonna lie.
Things always have to change. Global debt
I ain't
is a
getting
record
it.
of
Don't draft me.
$300
That's
billion,
all
which
I'm
makes no
saying.
sense because we can all let bygones be bygones and forget about
I
it.
don't know
North
where I'm
Korea
going,
opens its brand new beach resort.
but I'm saying no.
And as
So
an
if y'all
American
try to
citizen
draft me, just
myself,
know
I'll say that
the
I'm
answer is
perfectly
no.
comfortable and fine.
I ain't
I'm
going
sure my
to war.
devices won't be tapped
And
into.
they might as well not even try that shit because they know 80% of the niggas from my generation is not going to war.
Resistance is
Niggas, we gotta be the most stubborn generation to try and be drafted.
Surprisingly, people have went though, mainly Russian tours because of how close the two countries have become. Squid Game Season 3 releases, becoming the first series in Netflix history to be #1 in every single country it's in. That's a different type of emotion.
Damn.
I know it's been a while since it came out, but I still won't spoil things in case anyone hasn't watched it. All I'm saying is, me personally, I'm chucking that thing off like no tomorrow. If you watched it, you can understand what I mean when I say chucking that thing off.
Squid Game was that fire? I never watched it.
Being
That
a
shit sound evil.
does do you wonders in 2025. And memes of this month were things like job application. It's about guy pointing to himself in World of
It's
War.
about I'm not gonna lie, this is a prime. June was a prime month for memes. It's about July 2025. Yeah, that Kurt Angle meme, that was prime. That's prime memes. That's prime 2025 memes. I'm not gonna lie.
How many years we were
Yo, Diddy actually basically got off.
death penalty for this haircut, and he got a heart-wrenching, jaw-dropping total sentence of 4 years. With good behavior, for real, that's like 3 years. Man, the rich really get away with anything.
With good behavior, nigga, that's like 2 years, nigga. What the fuck? Good behavior be cutting nigga shit to half.
Trump
I
signs in the
heard.
big beautiful bill, one
This
of the
nigga
most
got like,
controversial bills in
he
US
got
history.
no
The Department
years.
of Justice
What the fuck?
announces their conclusion of the Epstein files and case, stating that
This
there's
nigga
no
Diddy really got
crime
off.
and there's no evidence Epstein blackmailed people. Said like a person who got blackmailed. And they also confirmed that Epstein.
You know they said, bro. That,
the internet's reaction.
I know
was
Trump on
exactly
that
what
list,
you'd
bro.
expect.
I
And
just
Trump
know
made
he's
his
on that
classic be fake demons post. Epstein list didn't matter. It was
and I
only
know he's gonna
first
try and get elected again so that he can keep hiding that shit.
before getting in. And their whole interview after was absolutely embarrassing.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know when you see one, and that's what that was.
So, you want me to? I've seen the whole file.
To my friend Jeffrey Epstein.
Man, nigga, I don't believe that nigga.
We have the watch.
What? What? You hear that dumb shit?
These two guys were screaming for years that he didn't end himself and the list was real, but this was also the first time we've actually seen the whole MAGA movement kind of fragment. And after this, things slowly started to split Trump from his base. A South Korean soldier
when them, we gotta wait, but when them shits about Trump and what's his name, Trump being gay, like when that shit came out, bro, god damn, I don't even be looking at political shit, bro. But the whole entire For You and timeline was just niggas crying, talking about some ripping the red off their body, talking about some, oh my gosh, it's over because he said that shit. That shit was hilarious, nigga. I'm not gonna lie.
Which did really good in the box office. The video becomes the first company ever to reach a $4
Niggas
trillion
is
market
crying.
cap, which is crazy because in
Everything.
2023
Niggas
they hit
crying,
$1 trillion
bro.
for the first time. But
Like,
you know, some
what the
out there
fuck?
making 40K at McDonald's says they shouldn't be taxed, so it. Let them hit 10 trillion. Let them hit 20 trillion as a matter of fact, and don't tax them a piece. That's what the founders would have wanted. The Superman movie releases, having the best opening weekend for any Superman movie at $217 million globally. It also
I
is
need
the
to
highest
watch some of these
of the
movies.
year, and well deserved because it was good. The UK government announces its plans to lower the voting age from 18 to 16. Having kids who are brain rotted voting in elections will not end well. China bans OnlyFans and
But that means I can vote. I actually could vote. You know what's crazy?
Out there that can't get their phones off. Must be rough.
I did it.
Osbourne, one of the most iconic rock stars,
I
died
could
at
vote
the
it
age
last
of
year, though.
76 from a heart attack. The T-App, an app that was growing in popularity through the span of 2025, which involved women posting pictures of men they may know or have seen and asking.
Oh yeah, this
the
app, yeah, that's been crazy.
Even though the purpose of the app was supposed
Couldn't
to
girls just lie though? Like, I don't
making
know.
them feel more safe going on dates, it was mainly just used for bullying dudes and making up lies about them. Got all of its database breached and exposed 72,000 women's information, with some of it being their faces. And man, oh man, some of these women
were not in the position to be judging others.
You'd have a Hulk Hogan looking girl saying Michael B. Jordan was chopped. The hack was also funny because the whole database for the app was completely open. All the hackers did was go into their public cloud and take everything. Imagine if you were someone who spent
nigga, they dead ass didn't even hack anything. It's public. What the fuck?
Just for everyone to be
Them niggas not getting, they not getting no type of shit put on them because they got the shit public. Dumbass niggas, fuck. That's how you know they coded it. That shit came straight off. They made that motherfucker app as a school project, Android Studio, nigga. What the
technically,
fuck?
if they were born then, they would be around 31 years old now. Buddy must have been living it up, swimming in a pool and chilling while the world burns down. If only this could have been all of us and we could pick a date when we wanted to leave. Roblox versus Schleb. Roblox banned the YouTuber Schleb, whose videos was focused around catching predators and turning them over to the proper authorities. He was also good at it, managing to get 6 people arrested. They banned him, saying what he was doing violated their terms of service and said it undermined their safety efforts.
Yo, Roblox is disgusting for that, man.
Helping with safety on the platform. It was even worse too, considering he got groomed at a young age on Roblox and Roblox staff did nothing at the time. And after this, I don't think even he expected the firestorm that was about to erupt. Every YouTuber started covering it and learning the horrors of Roblox's moderation.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
Free Schlep signs. Politicians started stepping up for him and saying Roblox needs to address safety. You had states sue them over negligence of enforcing child safety. And all Roblox had to do was simply unban him. For some reason, they did not want to. Like, I don't know what he did to them, but it made things worse. At the peak of the drama, Roblox lost 12 billion stock value in 10 days. The fact that some 20-year-old dude did this alone makes it peak fiction. I like when the little guy wins against a big corporation. Roblox still hasn't recovered from this and probably won't for a while.
They dead ass might not. I'm not gonna lie, this is the perfect time for somebody to make a Roblox-like game and just take over, bro. Just make a Roblox-like game and everything Roblox did wrong, do right, and you dead ass, you will have all the kids, bro. Dead ass.
Ronaldo proposes to his longtime girlfriend after.
Because at the end of the day, this kids still gotta reach into their parents' wallets. It don't matter what game they playing, the kids go reach into their parents' wallets.
Trump deploys the National Guard in DC,
so the parents can at least put their kids on a different game. That's the same Roblox.
Tell you guys something special.
See, if I was really in my quarterback, I'm just not at that level yet. But if I was at that level, you know I would have been bored. Richest nigga in Baltimore by now.
Real quick. Are you guys ready?
Well, we know you're filming, so if you're about to do something like off the cuff.
Mr. Beast breaks the record for the most money raised in a live stream event, raising $12 million in 16 hours. The clips of the event was less focused on the money raised and more on how mad Mr. Beast was getting. People must have forgot they called him Mr. Beast for a reason.
Do you like Feastables?
No.
Trump and Putin meet in Alaska.
Damn, Mr. Beast.
Which was the first time he talked to him.
Mr. Beast is an easy to rage bait YouTuber though. He gotta be top easy to rage bait. If you put him in a room with Chocho and Quan Boy or like Quan,
Indian workers are doing it.
That nigga, he's getting canceled. He's saying ER immediately. He's getting canceled. Niggas, that nigga's easy to read. You can tell nigga easy to read.
I believe modern logos are the reason we all hate each other all the time. They also changed their
yo, like they're trying to change Aunt Jemima's. It's not even called Aunt Jemima's.
It was a terrible change, and I'm not sure if companies have departments anymore that are supposed to tell them whether a change will be good or not. Clearly, with Cracker Barrel, they didn't, and because all of this pressure, they changed.
Like it's been 200 years. It's not. You don't care about it. It's not racist. Bring back Aunt Jemima.
He was found walking naked and barefoot on the street. This will be the last time I ever care to hear about Lil Nas X. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce officially tied the knot, and Taylor Swift fans took it exactly how you would expect.
She's never posted about Travis. This is her hard launch, 1 and 2. She's never ever said any of her songs are about anybody.
So like the Taylor Swift engagement, super shocking at first, but now that I'm like actually processing that the artist that I've known for the longest in my life is out there for
somebody. Artists you knew, bitch. You don't know Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. She said the artist she knew got married. You don't know Taylor Swift. She don't know you. You're a regular person from down the way. You're a regular person. A regular cog. She don't know you. What the fuck? Dude, she don't know you. What are you talking about? Artists you knew got married. Niggas is crying over this like their best friend of 0 years old got married. You don't know her.
Holy like she's engaged. Like, go girl. Be happy.
You'll have to. Yo, What the fuck,
Good
yo?
jobs. You know.
Nigga, they talking about her like she LeBron. You don't know her. She talking about the artist that I knew for all these years. What?
September 2025. Iceland gets ranked the most peaceful country in the world for the 18th
Niggas
year in a
be
row.
tripping.
Considering you wake up to views like this and your country hasn't been given that good old American
Niggas
freedom
be
of having all your oil siphoned, I can understand why.
Dick riding out the
Epstein
wazoo.
files
Like,
officially
I'm.
released. Kinda
Damn,
The House
get
Oversight
dick out your mouth, bro.
Committee and the government got access to thousands of pages of the Epstein files after requesting it from Epstein's estate. You know this was sick to the core when there's thousands of pages of evidence on it. Some notable things he said was calling Trump evil beyond belief, saying of course he knew about the girls, saying that Trump spent hours at his house with one of the victims. There was also people like the former president of Harvard, Larry Summers, who got exposed for joking about women in emails with him. It makes you realize that more than half these at the top positions are freaked out and weirdos. They get too much glazing and have too much power. They feel fine.
Trump said that? Wait, was he talking about Trump?
Kinda, not really. The House Oversight Committee and the government got access to thousands of pages of the Epstein files after requesting it from Epstein's estate. You know this was sick to the core when there's thousands of pages of evidence on it. Some notable things he said was calling Trump evil beyond belief, saying of course he knew about the girls,
He
saying
said
that
Trump
spent hours
knew
at his
for
house with one of the
sure.
victims. There was also people like the former he knew about the girls, saying that Trump.
I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump.
Spent hours at his house with one of the victims. There was also people like the former president of Harvard, Larry Summers, who got exposed for joking about women in emails with him. It makes you realize that more than half of these at the top positions are freaked out.
I knew this nigga Trump was a bitch ass nigga. I just couldn't put my finger on it. Bitch, I've been you. I've been had my finger on it. But now this is 100% confirmation. What?
Streaming platform got shut down. Also notable that LeBron was watching on it too. Piracy for the win. Conor McGregor announced his official.
That's crazy. Streaming got shut down.
Dropped out 11 days later after none of the politicians voted for him. I think the world is done with celebrities being politicians.
Niggas need to put streaming back on the map, bro. Like, not like TV app hitting on something crazy right now, though. But the TV app servers get too full. Niggas not trying to pay. Nigga, the whole point in going to a league website so that I don't pay. The most
more Epstein files.
The best illegal website, you gotta pay. What? Bitch? Well, how do I gotta pay for something illegal? You're illegal. Why would I pay for an illegal website when I could just pay for it legally? If I wanted to pay for it, I would have did it legally. Why would I go to a legal website just to pay for it?
The letter Trump sent to Epstein in 2003
the
stated they have things in common. And may every day
be another wonderful secret.
I don't know. I prefer to think the secret was something like they both prefer mint chocolate chip ice cream over chocolate chip, or they didn't like the last Shrek movie. Trump denies it, saying that isn't his signature, and then filed a lawsuit against the newspaper company that released it. The Nepal government this month got completely overthrown by Gen Z protesters. And it wasn't no Gen Z 2020 BLM protest with people making TikToks thinking it was going to have an impact. They burnt down their government buildings and the prime minister's office. It all started when the government randomly banned all major social media platforms for not registering locally. The older generation should know the one way
that girl is good, but she's doing some corny shit.
Taking away social media. After that, they decided to march out peacefully around the Capitol and government buildings. Until the police started shooting at the protesters.
Damn! Oh my god! What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, yo. But yo, real life is starting to become GTA. Y'all realizing that? Politicians basically having roast battles. Governments just shooting down innocent people, like just spraying, like openly spraying. It ain't like just spraying. Like it don't matter the race, the look, the nothing. Just spraying. What? This is GTA. What the fuck?
And that is how their current prime minister was elected, and she is still in office with everyone happy. They even helped clean up the rubble after the overthrow. So people after this started asking why the U.S. Gen Z doesn't do this. I don't know about you, but I'm not going against a flying Dorito.
And I damn for sure not going out there. What? Nigga, our country has a track record of just fucking and beating, like they just got a track record of fucking up protesters and really beating the shit out of protesters. I wish the fuck I would send my black ass out there to go protest. You got me fucked up. Niggas talking about some mob when we do that shit. Bitch, why didn't y'all do that shit? What? I'm not willing to do that shit. Fuck no.
Brazil's former prime minister gets sentenced to 27 years and 3 months in prison for trying to stay in power after losing his election. A body gets found in the trunk of an impound system that was registered today.
Oh, yeah,
at first it was kind of brushed off because he had an excuse, like he was on tour and the police dismissed him. But then more and more information started to come out and it started to get creepy. The victim's mother mentioned she had a tattoo that David also had, saying that her daughter said she was in a relationship with a guy named David. Then the pictures started to come out. David on FaceTime calls with her, David doing a whole Twitch stream with her, David having a song with her name in it, and that stuff started to come out in this moment. If you were a David fan, you realize that your goat is actually a monster. As of me writing this, David is still not arrested and on the loose, which makes it very creepy, and why hasn't he been questioned? Rest in peace to her, and the fact that she was so young makes it so sad. Charlie Kirk, one of the biggest political commentators, gets assassinated out in public. The two reactions you had was the right stating that this was a tragedy to America, that free speech is dead. Also, Semi trying to start a civil war, which was very cringe.
It's time we rise.
Like, what? Look at, yo, this is a racist nigga. Like, I mean, bald head, completely gray beard. This is the time we rise. Like, look at him. A lot of racist people have rectangular faces. They shit don't got no curve at the top of his head. His shit is completely square, bro. These are the type of niggas that if you see this nigga dead ass, you're not a bitch for like escaping. Like, this is, look at this nigga.
Which was very cringe.
It's time we rise.
Look at his teeth, like, motherfucker, damn. He took a, like, 8-day break from brushing his shit.
And the left had politicians condemn it, but everyone else was pretty much making fun of it. Which only got worse as they started to glaze Charlie as some type of biblical human in the government and give him holidays. So his face was plastered everywhere on memes all through the end of the year. In 2026, they might still be doing it. NASA gets as strong as hit that.
That shit is annoying. The reason Charlie Kirk memes are so annoying, but them bitches, they not funny though. Like, that's just the worst thing. Memes that ain't funny. Like, at least 6-7 can be unironically funny. It's like saying some corny shit that you know it's not corny. Or making a dad joke, bro. That's like 6-7 making a dad joke.
Ugliest looking things ever. If you look at the deep sea and what those creatures look like to adapt to their environment, it should say enough. New Mexico becomes the first state to offer universal child care at no cost, saving families there an average of $12,000 per year for each child. Owen Cooper becomes the youngest male to win an Emmy at 15 years old. Got more motion than me at 15, I respect it. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco get married to a huge wedding with celebrities. Bad Bunny gets announced as the halftime show performer at the Super Bowl. I don't really know much of his music. It was funny seeing all the people crash out over this though.
Hey, did you guys hear Bad Bunny is doing the NFL halftime show? Can't wait to see ICE arrest him on stage live at the halftime show.
Puerto Rico is an unincorporated territory of the United States.
Casanat becomes the
niggas be dumbass clowns, bro.
And by Casanat, I mean me and Kai, because I donated over 10,000 subs to make sure we hit the goal together. So W me and Kai. The U.S. government shut down after Congress couldn't agree on funding for the year, which ended up becoming the longest government shutdown, being 43 days. And in the end, both sides still didn't really agree, so there was no point in this whole thing. It's insane that you can work for the U.S. government and not get paid for your own work because the government is arguing. It's like your mom and dad arguing as a kid.
That's
If they don't agree, you don't get fed.
Like so much bad shit.
Things like 6'7" kid, Tylenol autism, W Speed, and Michael Jordan No. October 2025. Taylor Swift releases her album, The Life of a Showgirl, selling 4 million albums in the first week with 3.4 million being physical and digital purchases.
4 million? She weapon a floor with card.
Right now. This is also the first Taylor Swift album where I haven't seen Swifties doxing people for saying it's ass. People should have known it was going to be ass when she had a whole song on there dedicated to her husband's meat. Whatever you do, do not listen to that song. Japan elects its first female prime minister, Sanae Takachi. Israel and Hamas agreed to the U.S. peace plan ceasefire, putting one of the most controversial wars in modern times finally to an ending. Until Israel violated it the same day it was signed. Markiplier gets married to his longtime girlfriend, Amy Nelson. Maria Carino wins the 2025 Nobel
Hey, shout out to Markiplier.
The reason being her promoting democratic rights for people in Venezuela fighting against their current
Wait,
dictator,
there's
who was
Nobel
doing
Peace
anything to
Prizes
beg the
every
U.S. to
year?
not attack.
Don't worry, be happy. La 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 la. Don't worry.
Yeah, Buddy's definitely getting level 2.
Hey.
Drake's lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us gets dismissed in a courtroom. Imagine losing a rap battle, then losing a lawsuit against it. Man's never gonna recover. His lawyer says he plans to appeal it, but just give it up, man. We all have moved on. The country of Madagascar gets
like you do gotta give it up, low key. You give it up.
The main reason being government.
Niggas gonna forget about that in 1 year, nigga. It's gonna be one of them things that niggas bring up to win arguments. Dead ass. It's gonna become one of those things.
The Louvre Museum
like, god damn, just make up music, nigga. Niggas got too much history to be salty over rap beef, bro.
You gotta respect it in a way. They had people dressed up as fake security guards to take the stuff, then escaped on a crane out the window to vanish into the sunset. They could have been known as some badass legends who hit a lick on the biggest museum ever, but all got caught in a month. Should have hit up Lester for some better escape plans. Mosquitoes get spotted for the first time in the wild in Iceland, which scientists were giving warnings about, and they're linking it to climate change. Also, it means we're probably gonna have another even hotter summer. Like, we're already suffering. Can we please stop? Ireland elects Catherine.
Wait, so that means mosquitoes weren't in Iceland?
Scientists created a serum that regrows hair in 20 days, meaning Turkey may go bankrupt and baldness may be cured. They conducted tests on lab mice for the serum, and their bald patches
niggas that is be traveling to Turkey to get that, or is it just a
tested it on his
meme?
own leg hairs and had his hair fully regrow after 3 weeks. I can't wait in 2035 to buy my Tylenol hair growth pills and enlarging pills. The future is gonna be so great. China enacts new laws to require social media influencers to have degrees in subjects they talk about. In America, all we gotta do is ban podcasts and fix about 90% of misinformation. It's mainly meant to target medical and financial advice. Although the way I think of it, wouldn't it be pretty easy for a scammer to go to school, get a degree, then lie about things still? At that point, I assume they
Dead ass. What the fuck?
NVIDIA becomes the first company to be worth $5
But are you going through all that work just to lie on the internet? Like, you might as well just use your degree the right way.
Hit $4 trillion. If we're keeping it on track, by the end of next year, it'll probably be worth $10 trillion. Like, y'all gotta understand how insane it is to be worth $5 trillion. If NVIDIA was a country, it'd be the 3rd largest country in GDP. I say f it, give them $10 trillion and cut their taxes and tax the poor. Trump orders nuclear weapons testing for the first time since 1992. I love my World War III threats. This always feels great. France makes it illegal for supermarkets to throw away edible food and instead have to donate it to food banks. The horror of charity.
Oh, that's kind of clean.
The first household robot officially releases.
Yo, why don't America be thinking of the clean shit? Every time we go in this timeline, it's ass. Unless it's side mission, unimportant shit.
You can get it for a monthly price of $500 a month.
Shit that is not important to the whole country,
and technically,
but
for
just
now,
cool.
it isn't fully automatic. There's going to be remote human operators controlling it. Doesn't that defeat the purpose, though, of automatic AI robots? It's still going to get sold out on first day release, anyways. Jamaica gets hit with the strongest
that is getting sold out on first day release.
With winds of it
That's
being
insane to have a human operator for all of those. They gotta only be like 5.
Rest in peace to those that passed. It's wild how only 100 people died from 185-mile-per-hour winds. Great job by the government for evacuating people and helping as many people as they could. For the first time since 1990, the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40 chart had 0 rap songs. With people saying this is the end of rap and it's getting the rock and roll treatment, nowadays no one's trying to be original and everyone's trying to get a hit on TikTok, so I'm not surprised. If only Ye didn't become Ye, he could have saved us for real. Prince Andrew gets stripped of his royal titles and kicked out of the royal. Due to all the Epstein controversy, and you can never forget about clips like this.
We're staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay.
That's all I needed to do. Nobody was guilty. Memes of this month were things like I show Sweet Face, White Rabbit pointing at clock, Hassan Piker Dog, and Blue Collar SpongeBob. November 2025. The LA Dodgers win the World Series again, becoming the first team to win consecutively since the 2000s. China releases a new divorce law that stops spouses from taking the other person's property after divorce, meaning gold diggers shall no longer exist in China. They really are in the future. Dick Cheney,
yo, they doing clean things. Let's all give a moment of you gotta adapt some of that shit. All these countries is actually handling a lot of other country news is cleaning up
and having a sweet tooth.
So the niggas getting rich that shouldn't get rich, but ain't necessarily a bad thing. Like,
I'm using it.
shit, at least niggas ain't dying except for that one nigga that got sprayed down.
Covering the history of the country and how it came to be. ChatGPT bans it from giving health, legal, and financial advice. Probably because people are using ChatGPT to diagnose their actual illnesses and not going to the doctor. Every time ChatGPT releases an update, it shows us how lonely the world is because they have to update the app more and more to make it less parasocial. Zoran Mamdani becomes the mayor of New York City, becoming the youngest mayor in over a century to lead New York. America got so much aura that people around the world cared about this election that aren't affected by it. Denmark signs a law to ban kids 15 and under from using social media, with the reason being to protect children's mental health and well-being. Good luck to those
kids. Shout out to Denmark.
Touching your ass will scare anyone in 2025. The U.S. mints its final penny, ending its production for 232 years. The penny, despite being worth 1 cent, costed 3.5 cents to make, which lost the U.S. Treasury millions. And no one really used the penny anyways, but it is sad to see her go. This would also be the second time Abraham Lincoln's head got taken out. Not the best luck for him. Jack Doherty gets
that mean no more new pennies?
And also having drugs. This year had a lot of things people disagreed on, but we can all agree that this was a great sight to see. Tom Cruise receives his first ever Oscar and a well overdue one. For a man that's been leading Hollywood for like 35 years, I would have told him to f off and asked him why now. LeGoat James becomes the NBA player with the longest career in NBA history after his 23rd season starts. Trump signs an official bill to release the Epstein files after months of scandal and fighting it to not be released. He caved after both political sides agreed to the Epstein Files Transparency Act and had no choice. I know his ass was pissing that Oval Office. He was not expecting this in his presidency. If it does end his presidency, he's probably happy with how much he made in the time he was there. I Show Speed wins Streamer of the Year at the Esports Awards. A new study found that raccoons are in the early stages of self-domestication, meaning in the future it may be common for people to own pet raccoons. If I see one of y'all's pet raccoons stealing my food out of my pantry though, just know we got a second amendment for a reason. I would love to own one.
Shout out to the raccoons though.
Twitter/X rolls out one of the biggest social media updates, making accounts reveal the location they're posting from in order to combat bots. And nobody expected the scale of how bad the botting problem was. You had hella MAGA accounts being based in places like India or Nigeria, the DHS account being based in... This update proved that internet theory is real, and I feel most people knew that, because you'll never meet anyone as extreme on it or even close to it in real life. Well, it turns out it's because these don't even live here. The Indian call center scams and Nigerian print scams stopped working for old people, so the scammers got smart and became political grifters. Call them scammers, but they're smart and they know what makes the money in this climate. Scientists released a study that New York City is sinking and it may be at flood risk. It's going down on average 1 to 2
niggas got exposed. It's understandable when you're in New York because without buildings, it's
purely an island. I'm sure people
niggas really finesse. Americans gotta be so easy. We so easy to finesse.
The first anti-aging dog pills get funding from the FDA.
Yo, that's my profile picture.
Might randomly wake up and sink one day.
This is one of my profile pictures.
Anti-aging dog pills get funding from the FDA, meaning dogs could potentially live an extra year of their life. Memes of this month where dog pills get
Yo, that is my profile picture. He just picked an image off of Google. Yo, hey, that's one of my profile pictures.
Memes of this month were things like We Are Charlie Kirk, Quarter Zips, AI Baby Laughing,
Quarter
and Cassie's
Zips.
Thundercock. December 2025. Rage Bait gets named Oxford Word of the Year. And just so we can keep up historically with things, their 2024 Word of the Year was Brain Rot, and their 2023 Word of the Year was Riz. These are about to be our future CEOs and engineers. Dog, we're cooked. The amount of Rage Bait this year was insane, though. I say we replace it next year with positivity. Versace, the designer brand, gets bought out by Prada.
Maybe
had a
shit.
good run. It's not 20.
I mean, 2026 could low-key be the year of positivity. You gotta really think about it, bro. So much peak things is coming in 2026. Yo. Like 2026 is low-key the year to be alive. Dead ass, bro. Olympics, World Cup. I mean, what else is there? What the fuck, GTA? Yo, like, it's just
one of the
a
biggest
good
betting
year.
websites in the world right now, becomes the youngest self-made female billionaire at 29. Mexico officially changes its work week from 48 hours to 40. I don't understand how Mexicans are so hardworking because they've been working 48-hour weeks up until now. 40 hours itself is still way too much in the big 25 coming up to 26. If I become president in the future, just know I'll do 30-hour work weeks. I Shall Speak gets sued for $1 million by a robot company. This is due to him going on stream with a robot and beating it up, apparently breaking it. I get a lawsuit, but $1 million? This couldn't be worth more than $15,000 to make. I hope he wins just off the bullshit number to throw in. Activision announces they're no longer doing back-to-back releases of Call of Duty games. This was due to the last game released, Black Ops 7, being on
Good,
by everyone
bitch.
universally. The game is so
God,
bad
man.
it was released this
Why
year.
are they still doing yearly releases? We got
Already on sale for $30. People have been saying instead of releasing a game every year, wait a couple of years and then release something crazy. Australia officially banned social media for people aged 16 and under. They released a list of what's banned and not banned, with the obvious culprits being banned. But weirdly enough, they left Discord.
Discord? The fuck? Why did they leave Discord? And they banned YouTube? Oh, nigga. They left Discord though? That Australia. Y'all kind of an L for that. I'm not gonna lie, if y'all gonna ban everybody, y'all gotta ban everybody. I don't know why y'all banned YouTube. I feel like y'all didn't need to ban YouTube.
And then not banned, with the obvious culprits being banned. But weirdly enough, they left
That's insane though.
Discord
Y'all
to not
left
be banned.
Discord?
And you wanted to protect kids, this should be the first one being banned. It shows you how
Dead
older
ass.
generations
Discord is
genuinely have
actually
zero
like
knowledge on things with the youth and what happens. The ban is poorly implemented too because people have bypassed it with printing out pictures. The architects of AI get named as Times Person of the Year. Can't wait to see all these dudes go bankrupt when the AI bubble pops. Zootopia 2 becomes the fastest PG rated film to make $1 billion. John Cena officially retires. And
niggas acting like Zootopia 2 isn't PG rated. Like, bro, people, boy, that'd be the problem with this. And you know what's crazy? That is very fitting for this dumbass, stupid ass ad I just got.
WWE might be cooked after this. Like, what does it have, Logan Paul? There's not a single soul there right now that can live up to this status. We salute you, Off-King. The Oscars decides to move to YouTube starting in 2029. It's crazy seeing the tides change growing up and all the old media dying off and coming to social media. Okay, this time, the Epstein Files by law officially released on December 19th. And you'll be glad to know that no official politicians were shown in it except Bill Clinton. Meaning Trump did nothing wrong, our politicians did nothing wrong, and we can all move on.
Talking about blacking out, I don't know if I can get a close-up of my phone. This is one of the documents that the Justice Department released. It's 100 pages.
Right,
This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. It's all black. It's just 100 pages of redaction. That's the transparency we're getting here.
I don't even understand why they released it when this was going to be the result. They really
like, why the fuck would they do that dumb shit? That's the problem, yo. Like, niggas is politicians is having too much fun. Like, they just joking too much.
Of Michael Jackson, who was already proven by a victim he did nothing. This man's been gone for 16 years and is still getting false allegations slander. Crazy. They made a mistake though because they got Trump on one line. In a court case from 2020, it's explained that Epstein introduced a 14-year-old to Trump. He then elbowed him and said, "This is a good one, right?"
Where Trump then smiled and shook his head in agreement.
A couple people in the government definitely getting killed over this one. I can almost guarantee some intern completely forgot to take this
Niggas, whoever did that, you lost your job and you lost your life. And you're losing your life quietly, nigga. You're gonna go down on one of them unsolved
defense for a 60
or
or 7-year-old man to not know the age of a goddamn 14-year-old child. To me,
Whoever
the way
did
it
that is
looks,
good.
either way, if he says he didn't know her age, people will say, how can you not tell that's a child? And if he lies and says it's fake news, the most likely outcome, he'll look more guilty. According to one of the main politicians, Ro Khanna, who led the effort to release it, they only released 2.5 gigabytes out of 300 gigabytes. Not even 3 or 4? How many people were involved in this? And the day after, they started removing the couple of photos that Trump was actually in the files on, which weren't even photos of him doing things with anyone. It was already public photos Epstein had with him. I can't fathom a U.S. government being this incompetent and thinking people are this stupid. It's not the 70s. We got internet and social media where we see everything.
He not getting off. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And all the people involved
Please don't let this nigga get off.
I'm sure in the next year's timeline, I'll be covering the impeachment and arrest of the people who cover this up. Jake Paul fights Anthony Joshua, getting knocked out in the 6th round and getting his jaw broken. Surprise, surprise, when Jake Paul doesn't fight a senior citizen or a random homeless man he found in the street, he gets completely clobbered and folded on the spot. To me, that's a perfect way to end off the year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of 2025. Thank you to everyone that watched me this year.
Imagine something crazy just happened in the next 5 minutes. And 2025 ended off with a big dumbass bang.